Black here from CasaBLACK Gaming, and this is a loadout for the all-new Zeus ES and the CL, which are both the same exact components-wise, except the ES has one additional size 2 shield for a total of 4 versus the CL's 3. Now, I'd like to first preface this loadout by saying that loadouts have changed drastically with the new 3.24.2 update and will continue to do so, especially with engineering coming in 4.0, so you can possibly expect multiple loadouts for many ships, and I'm still not quite sure how I will handle those, if I'm going to go by component sizes or ship sizes or do each ship individually. But make sure you follow me and join my Discord so you can stay up to date and easily find my newest loadout as I do them. As always, I will show the ship components first, and those are what have really changed so far, and I will discuss those changes in each section. Now, I hate long intros, so let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes. So for the first component, let's talk the power plants, which in this 3.24.2 update are not going to be as important as they will become with 4.0. However, you should definitely change them from the default that comes stock because the stats, especially for their health, have changed and might be important even now. So for this, I would recommend the Quadricell MT, which can be found at Cousin Crow's or Platinum Bay on her L3, and you're going to need 2 of those. Or you can go with the JS400, which can be found at Cousin Crow's, Platinum Bay on her L2, or Dumper's Depot on Area 18. Now, I know this hasn't changed much from the old recommended power plant, but like I said, I think things will change soon when power segment consumption and cooling consumption becomes something that comes with 4.0, and in those cases, these 2 shields are some of the worst in those 2 new stats. But how this will impact our ships has not yet been tested. So for the coolers, we saw a few new stats suddenly come into play with distortion damage. However, as of this update, those stats are all the same for all components, so we do not need to worry about those just yet. But the 2 stats we do need to focus on gives us some pretty clear winners. Now, if component health is what you want to focus on, I would suggest the Avalanche, which can be found at Cousin Crow's on Orison and Dumper's Depot on Grimhex. The Avalanche is also great with the second stat of cooling generation. Now, it's not the best in this stat, but those that are above it have pretty low health. So for now, Avalanche is the clear winner, and you're going to need 2 of those. Now let's move on to the shields. Now, before we forget, if you're flying the Zeus ES, you're going to need 4 of these instead of the 3 that the CL needs. Now, as far as your choice in shields, we have a little bit more choice, and I will be interested to see what you guys think about these as we test them out. Now, if you want to go by the pool HP given by the shield, then the Trenta is the clear winner here, but hold your horses. The Trenta's health is one of the lowest at 380, so you might get a huge pool of HP with it, but its health might present a problem. Now, as far as the shield with the most unit health, the FR76 has 1300, but its pool HP is not as high, which is why I found a nice middle ground that I'm recommending, which is the Rampart. Its pool HP is 5460, which is 360 higher than the FR76, but its health is only second to the FR76 at 1100. So you can find this shield at Omega Pro on New Babbage or Platinum Bays at her L2, Crew L4, and her L5. Okay, so last but not least for the ship components is the Quantum drive, and right now the drive I recommend is still the XL1. Now yes, there were many Quantum changes in 3.24.2, but not to the drives themselves, just the ships and how they consume the fuel. Yes, the drives did get some stat changes, but ultimately those changes are still equal across the board except for the health of the component, and in that area the XL1 has the most. Now none of the other drives matter right now, and I suspect this is going to change in 4.0 once we get jump points and more fuel and Quantum changes. For this loadout, I'm not going to go into great detail on which weapons are the best because we did have some new metrics added and I've not yet tested those. I will say that the pilot controlled weapons, which are laser cannons, are pretty decent, but you might want to swap those with Light Strike 3s, which are also laser cannons, across the board, including the remote turret, or you can leave the 2 laser repeaters on the remote turret if you prefer that faster fire rate for smaller targets. The general rule for repeaters versus cannons is if you're facing small quick targets, you go with the repeaters, and if you're facing larger, medium, and up to larger targets, go with the laser cannons, which work great. As far as missiles, not much has really changed with missiles, so I would just still recommend electromagnetics for those. Alright, so that's going to do it for this loadout. I know it was kind of quick, and I know there wasn't a lot about the weapons, but we still have more changes coming with the weapons, but I just wanted to get something out there for the ship components. Now keep in mind that with so much changing, it's coming fast, and I was already looking to revamp my loadouts and have been working on that, as you can see here with the new templates, but I'm still undecided on how to cover as many ships as possible to get updated loadouts out faster. Now what do you guys think? Would going by size of ship and covering many ships at once be beneficial, or is each ship individually the way to go? I know for some ships that are going to specify with certain builds, those probably need their own videos, but anyway, I hope you found this information useful, and let me know down in the comments below how you're liking this new ship and which components you're enjoying the most. Now I like to keep things positive around here, so remember to be kind to your fellow gamer and stay positive out there in the verse, citizens.